Welcome to day 2 of Coverings, everybody. My name is Ryan Fasan, and I'm here on the Tile of Spain Pavilion as always, doing our Showstoppers live. For those of you that are missing Coverings this year, we're talking to our manufacturers and trying to give you a little bit about their perspective on what they're seeing in terms of trends, how they're approaching the market and product development. So today I have Aldo from Gayafores. Aldo, thank you very much for coming.
It's a pleasure, Ryan. It's a pleasure.
So, I mean, everyone's experienced so many changes in their lifestyle, and our customer has never been more different. How is that affecting you, your company, in terms of product development? What's the focus for Gayafores and how you're developing products for today's customer?
I think the most difficult thing was during the pandemic that we can't assist to trend fairs, to different fairs to get the inputs. That was a difficult. At the end, you have to find other ways to get them.
Yeah, no, for me, it made my job incredibly difficult. I have to build the programs and try and forecast what the trends are. And not having that physicality, like that's the thing with tile today, being able to touch it is so important. And I think that it's a struggle for manufacturers to find the direction without that direct input.
No, you're right. It was also difficult to contact the customers, but at the end you have to adapt. You have to adapt to that what you have at that moment.
No, of course.
What was it? Social media, video calls, all that what you have, what you normally you don't use.
Yeah.
At the end you have to do it.
No, and that's kind of the point. Like for the past couple of years, we've become a lot more digitally native. Just by necessity, and whether that's a good or a bad thing is up in the air, right? But
it's a good thing at the end.
Yeah.
At the end, I think it's a good thing. Now, when we come back to normality, then you're not going to use it every day or usually. But at the end, I think it's something really, really good.
yeah, no, it's all about finding a balance. So how are you leaning into using digital tools and things like that to interact with your customers over the past couple of years?
What we did, especially apps. We use apps for different items so that the people could see them, could enter and have a total vision about our items. That means interactive apps. And on the other side, social media.
Yeah,
every social media, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, everything.
So have you developed like a 3D visualizer that's basically a show stand, or?
We can say there were apps where you saw the products in 3D. You enter in a room and you saw different ambience and you could see really the material as it were real. No?
And that's so important, especially for a manufacturer like you that has those fine details using things like glossy ink and sinking inks, and the texture and how it reacts to light is a big deal for the product today.
It's a very, very big deal, but at the end you have to adapt to what you have.
No, of course. Well, that's really cool. Now, the other thing, and I know that you do a lot of wood looks, a lot of cotos, a lot of natural stones, and they're incredible. So one of the things that I can't stand hearing is that we always want to use the real thing, and you know I think that that's an antiquated position for design professionals to take, because the reproductions are so authentic now. How do you think about that in terms of product development?
Perhaps in the past it could be right, but today with the technology which exists and the sale with the printing technology, the digital technology that exists at this moment, I think what you really do is you're improving the natural materials.
Yeah, I mean in product development, when we're taking these deep resolution images and then able to manipulate them to be the perfect color, the perfect texture, for today's market, it kind of takes the wind out of that argument, doesn't it?
Exactly. Because at the end, I don't want to say it, but at the end the ceramic is a better option.
In a lot of cases it is, because of the performance and for like programs like your carbon program, where you've got that, it would take CNC machining for the natural material, it would be incredibly expensive. And those decorative pieces wind up being the same price as the standard field, right?
We can say the advantages from the ceramic against the natural stone are one, the rate. You get a good material for a better rate.
Yes.
On the other hand, you have more properties, and it's frost-proof, and sometimes the natural materials are not.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, you take really the perfect parts of the natural, and at the end you have really a perfect item.
Yeah, so you're not wasting a bunch of the material that isn't prime select, that takes the world millions of years to make, and you throw that away because what you want is the perfect one.
But sometimes you also take the decades,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
you use them to make it more natural. So at the end you can have both things.
Yeah.
Depending, everything is aesthetic.
Well, that's a great perspective, and obviously you feature that so well in your product line.
Thank you.
No, I wish you all the best at the show, and I thank you so much for your time talking to me.
It's a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Al.